It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, this is MC Alfie. Listen, I'm just chilling. Jimmy Star, yo, sitting down and designing. Why every man them are thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC. You can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party. Let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Beige, I'm your wanna be. Jimmy Star's new celebrity.
Yeah, hello. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. Before we get started, we're going to say hi to everybody, starting off with my half-asleep, cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Where am I?
Yeah, right.
What am I doing here?
All right.
Everyone! If anyone busts my chops today, they're going to be killed. They're dead. I have partied, and drank. And last night we went to the premiere showing of Studio City, Sean Kanan's new fabulous TV show, which I love and adore, with hosts a cast of all celebrities from soap operas. Teresa Rogers, Tristan Rogers' wife, and I were at the same table, and she came back and she said, "Ron, the drinks are $4." I said, "Go away. $4 a drink?" Well, we had a few. You know, when you normally go out, it's $15 a drink. So you kind of slow down. You have maybe two. It's $30 plus a tip is a lot of money to get a little buzzed. But at $4, you can get smashed. And it was a great event. We drank. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I had a couple last night, maybe. Anyway, I had a few. And Teresa had quite a few. And everybody had quite a few. And we all got kind of happy and fun. But the next day, you pay for it. Of course, driving home from L.A. to Palm Springs is a 2-hour drive. So we didn't get home till 3 in the morning. And our illustrious dogs decided to bark at 5 because one of them wanted to go out, for what reason, I'll never know, just to torture us. And we let the dog. I'm not speaking. Don't start with me, James, because this microphone.
We have to say hi to everybody. You're supposed to tell all these things after we say hi.
I'm in no mood for structured show.
All right. So what's up? We got everybody.
Don't start with me, James.
We have a chat room full of people. What's up, everybody? We'll tell you about all our events because we went to 3 amazing events: Friday, Sunday, and last night. We are a little under the weather and exhausted because we got like 4 hours of sleep for 3 nights. So it's hasn't been a lot. But
I'm about to
terrific.
Start a fundraiser. Sending Ron Russell money so he could divorce Jimmy Star. $1 each, that's all.
Yeah.
So if like 300 people sent me $1 each, that's $3,000. That's what a divorce costs. Because he's very mean.
I'm not mean.
He's very mean.
We have a chat room full of people. Let's say hi to some people. First of all, we got our Scotty J. Rock Titan is in the chat room. We got Teresa Sabin. We got Jane Doe, who's actually Angela, which Ron has his own nickname that I told me I'm not allowed to say.
Well, Angie Baby belongs to me, James, not you. So keep off. Right, Angie Baby? It's you and I all the way.
We've got Cindy Lady Lake in the chat room.
Hey, Lady Lake.
We have Eileen Shapiro in the chat room.
Hi.
We were with her on the weekend.
Hi, flat-chested Eileen.
We also have Billy Hess in the chat room, who was also with us for the weekend.
Oh, my God. I should put a mask on so I don't catch something.
Then we got Bruce Glasgow just joined us in the chat room. I don't know. There's a lot of people. Dave from Stars Now UK. Let's see.
Did you know I have a friend on Facebook, and Eileen Shapiro, listen to this. It's not a joke. It's the truth. His name is something Glasscock. And I thought to myself, could you imagine saying, "Hi, my name is Joe Glasscock"? The jokes that are played with that.
It was hilarious. All right, so
there's a fly in the studio, so I'm going to kill myself.
Okay. So what we want to do, okay, so last night we went to a screening of Studio City. It's available on Amazon Prime. It's created by super soap star and actor Sean Kanan and his wife, Michelle.
Michelle does the casting, and she's a producer, and she's beautiful.
And some of the people in the show besides Sean Kanan include Tristan Rogers, Patrika Darbo, Scott Turner Schofield, Carolyn Hennessy, Melissa Risso, Philip Bruin, Sarah Brown, Michael James Lazar, Aaron Michelle Soto, Juliet Vega, and several others.
And Judith Chapman was there.
Yes.
The room was filled with every soap star you could ever imagine. And some of them were the heartthrobs of years ago. You know, they were young and gorgeous, and now they're old and gorgeous, you know, still good. But I met my soon-to-be wife on the air because I've been in a role on Studio City to play Sean Kanan's dad. And I met the woman that's playing his mother right now, and she's a phenomenal, famous actress. And we bonded right away, and we started hugging and kissing. So I think it's going to be a good chemistry. I don't know exactly what my character is, but I'm supposed to be a Hollywood big mega producer who knocked her up when she was a young girl, resulting in Sean Kanan being our son. Now Sean Kanan has to come and confront me and say to me, you know, are you my biological father? I have no idea what I'm going to say. The script hasn't been written yet, but I'm going to say, fuck you, no. But I don't think they're going to do that because it's class television.
Yes.
It's not going to do that.
Of course not. Anyway, some of the other people that were there, Renee Lawless, who's one of the stars of Tyler Perry's The Have and the Have-Nots, was on there. And then do you guys remember the show Growing Pains with Kirk Cameron and Alan Thicke? Anyway, one of the other people that was there, which I was kind of excited because I love that show Growing Pains. I thought it was a fabulous show. And the guy who played the son... on there, what's the guy's name? Kirk Cameron's younger brother.
Yeah.
The guy who played Kirk Cameron's younger brother on there, his name's Jeremy, and Jeremy Miller, and he was there, and he was super, super cool with he was with his wife and his two kids who are in their 20s, and he didn't look like he was over 20 himself. So it was really, really
But
kind of cool.
the highlight of the evening for me was the sexiest man in the world, tall, thin, so handsome. I mean, sexy. I look at him and I thought, gee whiz, if Jimmy wasn't in my life, I'd be with this one. The only problem is he was a woman, and now he's a transsexual man. But the most stunningly beautiful man. He's in the film also. He plays a transsexual.
Scott Turner Schofield.
Yeah, Scott Turner
Schofield.
Schofield. I'm sorry, Scott. He is absolutely the nicest, the warmest, the most loving human being I've ever met. We hugged and held each other. I met his wife, who he's married to, who's a straight woman, and he's gorgeous. Girls, if you saw him, you'd never know he was ever a woman. And gay guys out there, you'd drop on him in a minute. Anyway, he was there, and I spent a lot of time with he and his wife because I love him. He's coming on our show to talk about why and how and what it's like being a transsexual.
Transgendered.
Transsexual.
No, transsexual is not the same thing.
Well, what is he, a gender or?
He's a transgender.
Oh, so he's not a sexual.
No, he's transgender.
Sexual means they have a wang sewn on, and gender means they still have snatches, but they dress like men.
No, you shouldn't say it that way. That's not very...
Well, that's the only way to make it clear, Jimmy.
No, it's not.
Of course it is. Gender is what you are. Male gender, female gender. Sexual is what you got between your legs.
No, transsexual is a person who feels like they belong to the opposite sex.
Who wrote that shit? Every tranny.
The dictionary.
Fuck the dictionary. Look, I know 100 trannies in person. I know the first one. She was a Mexican man who became a woman and later became a Mexican TV soap opera star.
I think because this is a really touchy subject, though, I think you have to be very specific with it because people get very offended.
Oh, get over your offense, please. I'm so sick of offended people. At the Oscar party that was thrown by the fabulous clothing designer Sue Wong, who loved me, danced with me, and hung out with me, and called me gorgeous to boot. Everybody was upset because she said to me, Ron, I don't feel well. I'm very nervous, and I think I have pneumonia. I said, well, when you go home, make yourself some nice wonton soup. And everybody said, oh, it's so racist, so racist. I said, what the fuck is racist about wonton soup? It's a soup. Anyway, they carried on. So Jimmy, even the traitor that he is, he said, oh, it was racist. It was not racist.
It was funny. I didn't say it was racist. It was
yes,
just
you
funny,
did, you
but it was
lying
inappropriate.
Fuck. You're a lying
fuck. It was very inappropriate,
on my
but it was
Facebook
hilarious.
page, you said it was racist. Anyway, I explained if I was at a party that Sophia Loren was doing, and it was all about Italy, I would say to her, go home and have some nice Italian vegetable soup. Or if it was, the Fiddler on the Roof, and we were doing a Jewish theme, I would say, go home and get some Yiddish chicken soup. It's not prejudice. It's just honoring the cuisine of the person.
Sue Wong loved him,
and I was very apropos, and Sue Wong was not the least bit offended. She got a little upset when I said to her, the last person I was with that had so many feathers on was Zsa Zsa Gabor. And she turned to me and she said, don't ever compare me to Zsa Zsa Gabor. So I guess she didn't like Zsa Zsa.
But we were on the red carpet being interviewed and by the Sue Wong interviewer, and that she said, would you like to say something nice to Sue Wong about this event? And Ron said, have you ever seen the movie, The Whatever Fabulous Life of Susie Wong?
No, you're wrong. I said, did you ever see the movie The World of Susie Wong with William Holden?
You didn't say with William Holden. You just
no,
said with Susie Wong.
I'm telling the audience, and Nancy Kwan. It was a wonderful movie. I have it, I own it, and I love it, and I watch it often. And that's
everybody was cracking the fuck up.
Because that's the first time. This one's name is Susie Wong, and the one in the movie was Susie Wong.
No, she's named Sue Wong.
Well, it's short for Susie.
No, it's not. You don't know that. And then he said, I'm starving. I hope they're going to have good Chinese food.
No. I said, I hope they serve Chinese food. Yeah. And everybody at my table had a fit. They said, oh, you can't say that. I said, fuck all of you. You can't speak English anymore. What's wrong with wanting to have Chinese food? The whole evening was about China. The entertainment, the music, the fashion show was all about China. This was a China event. So what are you going to serve? Hamburger?
It was hilarious.
You serve Chinese food.
And then Sue Wong came up to him and said how gorgeous he was, though, and danced with him.
She did. She's a sweetie pie. But anyway, the hors d'oeuvres were all Chinese food. They were wontons and all kinds of goodies.
Chicken, they had good chicken.
So they did an hors d'oeuvre hour of Chinese food. I would have loved some wonton soup because, it was cold and rainy.
And we had some fabulous celebrities
I'm just so sick and tired of everybody getting so fucking offended. Get over yourselves. Look at what's in the world. Worry about AIDS. Worry about your dogs being kidnapped. Worry about your children being kidnapped. Worry about slaving. Worry about all the garbage that's going on in this degenerate world. Don't worry about what people say.
Worry about the coronavirus.
There's a thing called freedom of speech. If you don't like what somebody says, just shut your fucking ears and your mouth at the same time, because it's a little nauseating that somebody got offended over wonton soup, and yet what's going on in the world, we're almost at war with South China. You made wonton soup an issue? Please, you shallow bitch. There's so many.
It was hilarious.
More important things in the world to discuss.
It was so much fun.
Anyway,
and the event was amazing.
Wait. The drinks were open bar free. Sue Wong was wonderful because she didn't charge anybody the drinks. So of course everybody was drinking up a storm and feeling their oats. So we had a good time at that beautiful affair. It was magnificently gorgeous. Everything was beautiful. It was elegant and done well. Then we all ganged out and went to the Roosevelt Hotel, across the street from the Chinese Grauman Theater in Hollywood, for another after party where everybody was barely standing, but we survived. And then there's a little luncheonette in the Roosevelt Hotel that's just a select group of fabulous people like Sadie Katz and Miles Riff and who else was there?
Garrick Lee was with us.
Garrick Lee was with
Dean K. Piper
Dean
from
Piper.
W4CY Radio. We spent the whole day with him. We had a blast.
Yeah, we let him hang out with us because we felt bad. Nobody liked him. Everybody ignored him. He went over to talk to people. They turned their back on him.
Yeah,
and I felt terrible. So I said to Jimmy, just lie to our friends. Give him some money if you have to be nice to Dean.
Sadie was awesome. No, Dean, we had a blast.
No,
with
Dean is a doll. I love Dean. Dean and I have a fabulous relationship. It's a sarcastic one. We insult each other constantly, and to see who could out insult the other one, I win, of course. But Dean is a great guy.
Dean did interviews on the red carpet. He was fabulous. He sat at a table with our great friend Cece Hendricks, who was there. We're going to come back and tell you guys more about some of the people that were there, and then we're going to tell you about the movie premiere that we all went to on Friday night. But first, we got to have a guest call in. So what we're going to do now is we're going to call our first guest. His name's Jose Santiago Jr., and let's see if we can get him on the line. How about you got that rocking there, Scotty J?
Oh, wait a second. Before we get him on, I got to do something really quick. I'm so sorry.
No, we'll come back to that.
No, they're waiting. I said it would be the first 10 minutes of the show.
Hang on, Scotty. Okay.
Hang on. somebody there gave me this. They said they're manufacturing it. It's a cream. I said, what the fuck am I going to do with this cream? So I took it thinking, okay, I'll be polite. And the girl, beautiful girl, said, can I rub your fingers? I thought, can you put it on my penis? Anyway, she said, no, your fingers. I said, okay. She rubbed it on my fingers. And this finger, my index finger that doesn't move due to an automobile accident and neuropathy set in, plus, what is that shit
Arthritis.
called? Arthritis. I put this cream on. 20 minutes later, my finger was moving, folks. This is something that really works. Jimmy, I can't read. What is
Okay,
it
you
called?
guys. So the name of the company is Platinum Power Cream, and it's a muscle joint and pain reliever with all natural ingredients. And the website is platinumpowercream.com. Our little thing got a little bit messed up because the dog ate it.
See, even the dog, even the
Even the
wanted
dogs
it.
love it, but
But it really
works.
It really works, folks. So go on their webpage and look at
PlatinumPowerCream.com.
right and order something from there. Give it a shot. If it doesn't work, let me know, because then I'll say they're phonies. But if
it worked for Ron.
But if it works like it worked for me, then I'm going to say I will push it and say, hey, folks, you don't have to suffer from arthritic pain in your hands or feet anymore, or your penis. If that hurts from arthritis, you can have a beautiful girl rub your penis with this cream, and it will definitely make it feel better.
There you go. Also, we had some other people jump in. Pat Grant joined us. Hello. Excuse me, everybody. I don't know if I said hi to Bruce Glasgow or not, but lots of people jumping in. So what's up, everybody? And now we're going to give a call to our first guest, Jose Santiago Jr. So how about you give him a call, Scotty J? Let's see if we can get him on the line. In the meantime, hope everybody's having a good time in the chat room. We had a great time. You guys should have seen how gorgeous Eileen, Billy Hess, and his gorgeous husband, Mark DeAlwis, famed New York City hairstylist. They all looked phenomenal at the events.
Celebrity hairstylist.
Yes, he does all the famous people.
He does all the movie stars and people in theater and Broadway. He's phenomenal. His salon is in Sutton Place, darling, which is one of the chicest areas of Manhattan, New York City.
And he is so gorgeous and so much fun, and they looked phenomenal.
Right.
And also Soho Johnny was with us, everybody.
Yeah, but Eileen Shapiro really disappointed me and spoiled my evening, because she had a gown on that went down to nowhere, and it was all see-through, and you could see her entire breasts. And what did she go and do? She hung some cheesy fucking necklace over it that was like 5x5, and it covered her cleavage and her boobs. And I was so depressed. I kept lifting the necklace saying, take off the fucking necklace. And she said, no, no, no. I said, listen, you got tits, show them.
And also, you guys, though, go to Facebook, look at Ron's and Maya's page on Facebook, because we've posted hundreds of pictures from all our events. And now we want to, first of all, please say something so we can make sure we can hear you.
All right, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, all right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the Latin Pacino, Jose Santiago Jr. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hey, guys, thank you for having me, man. I'm honored and humbled.
So, you guys, we were at the Nation's
Wait,
Fire.
you are one handsome son of a bitch.
I think you got to give that to my mom. She's the one who held me for 9 months. I think she gave me a little extra time in the oven, so I come out perfect.
Oh, I believe in that. I believe we are what we're created by.
All Ron's
Definitely.
daughters are gorgeous, too. He's
And
got two
my
daughters.
mother-
I saw pictures of them. Very beautiful girls.
Yeah, and my mother was a beauty. She was an actress. She was quite a beautiful woman.
So hold on, let me tell the little story, you guys. So we were when we went to NAMM, we went to the Nation's Fire premiere, and that's Thomas Churchill's film with Lorraine Landon, and we went to the premiere, and we were all doing the red carpet, and Ron brings this good-looking guy over to me.
I discovered him, and I walked up to him as I do my usual thing, and I said, who are you and what do you do? And when he told me, I thought, you know what, this guy needs a push, because he's got what it takes. So I said to Jimmy, let's put him on the show, and here he is.
And he's a really cool guy, you guys.
He
He's
is
a
very
really cool
cool.
guy, and we
He
had a
is.
great time with him that night.
Nice fella.
And he doesn't even live in L.A. He goes back and forth to Chicago, and you guys have seen him because he's been on Chicago Fire and Chicago PD. And his name's Jose Santiago Jr., and if you follow him on social media, he's at Actor Santiago Jr. Real quick, we got a chat room full of people. We got the England, Germany, UK, that's the same, Canada, United States. We got a bunch of places represented, so just say hi to everybody in the chat room.
How you guys doing? It's an honor to see you guys and hear you guys and meet you guys.
And he's saying they're all saying you got a great smile. You're stunning.
No, you got to see
You're
him in
cute.
person. He's better in person.
Yeah, he's in person. He's
yeah,
smoking.
Right now he's got like cheesy lighting, the usual shit from a computer. But I could picture him on film. But in person, he's really handsome. And we drank last night, so don't expect anything great from me. The drinks were the drinks were $4 each. $4. Good vodka. No, this was a screening of a TV show for a friend of ours. $4. Tristan Powers' wife, Roger's wife, and I, Teresa, were knocking them back like there was no tomorrow. So right now I'm what is called hungover.
I get it. I've had that a couple times.
I can barely see. No, really, my eyelids won't stay up. I can put toothpicks under them. Boing.
There you go.
So listen up, you guys. First of all, follow him in social media at Actor Santiago Jr. You've seen him on TV. You've seen him in commercials. His movie career is starting to dwindle, but he's got some fucking cool story about how he became an actor, and I don't want to wreck it. And don't give us a really long version. Give us like a short version for everybody to get it. Yeah, give us a short version.
All right. 14 and a half years as an executive chef in the business. I did that. I worked for Donald Trump. I went to New York. I went to Chicago. I opened up the casino boats, steakhouses, anything with the casinos I was doing. 14 years passes by just like that. My daughter was 4 years old. She wakes up one day, tells me, "Dad, are you coming to my graduation?" Broke my heart. 18 years old. Missed 14 years of her life being a chef. Quit that. I was done. Never going to do it again. Resigned from the corporation as executive corporate chef and went on my business. Funny thing is, I'm unemployed, broke as a joke, looking for the next big thing to do. And I'm on my way to visit my mom, who lives in Hammond, Indiana. And on December 21st, 2012, there was an armed bank robbery in progress at a BMO Harris Bank. And lo and behold,
that was me and my friends from Brooklyn.
Well, yeah. Well, your friends, you got away. Your friends from Brooklyn, they're gone. They're up the river.
And they don't squeal. They never gave out my name.
Well, hey, they're not a rat, so you got to take care of them. Give them some commissary or something.
Exactly.
No, finish the story. Tell him, because this is a good story.
So, I hear gunshots. I'm at the gas station. I hear gunshots going on. I think the gas station's getting robbed, and everybody's looking at the bank. I look over. I see this police officer who's laying down, who's been shot 4 times in the leg. And in today's society, people are sick. People are disturbed, and people are just grotesque. They're sitting there with their cameras videotaping this man bleeding, and no one is helping him. So what I did, I left my truck at the gas station. I ran across the street to the bank, got over there, grabbed him up, picked him up, grabbed his leg, and wrapped a tourniquet around it to stop the bleeding. They hit his artery. Not knowing what I was doing, I'm not a doctor. I was just going to see my mom, and I get a shot fired at me. Because I guess the guy came back to finish the police officer and thought it was just going to be him. But when he turns the corner and hits the round of the SUV, there I am. He freaked out. He shot down. And I said, "You son of a bitch." So he ran. I jumped up, and the cops called him for backup. There's a guy chasing two armed bank robbers who just shot him, officer down. And I just lost it. I don't know what happened. The adrenaline kicked in, the anger. I wasn't bothering anybody. I was trying to help. And when I turned the corner, the guy was about 6 houses behind the bank, and he opened fire and shot at me 5 times. I just stopped, froze. I didn't know what to do. The guy jumps the fence. I look, I'm not hit. I go back to my truck, which they never seen, come around the corner. There they are, jumping into a Cadillac, taking off real slow, doing like 15 miles an hour down the street. It's an area where houses are at. I mean, people got to drive slow. Cops are flying past him. I'm on the OnStar on my truck, talking to the dispatch, saying, "You guys are going the wrong way, you stupid asses. This guy's getting away. They're in a black Cadillac, tinted windows, and I got a big gray 4-door truck. I'm right behind them. They tell me to back off. I said, back off. This son of a bitch shot at me. I'm not backing off." So we get around the corner. They get ready to hit the highway. I hit the back of the car. They spit out. Cops come. Case closed. They take us all in, and because of my history in the streets, they thought I was involved with this incident, and I wasn't. So they interrogated me for about 4 hours. I ended up receiving a key to a city for Hammond, Indiana. I'm a recipient of that. I also am a recipient of the FOP award for Outstanding Citizen of the Year for assisting a wounded police officer during an armed bank robbery.
That's so
But
cool.
wait a second. Now I got to get political. So I'm going to be a little evil because I'm half loaded. You know, the cops have got to get over the fact that because you're Hispanic, you're
Yes.
a criminal. You're a criminal. You know, when I lived in Beverly Hills years ago, this is many years ago, I love my friends, and many of my friends were black. Many. One evening, about 4 of them, and they were famous people. I won't say who they are, but they're movie actors. Well, I can. One was Greg Morrison from Mission Impossible. I love Greg. Great guy. And a bunch of other people. And the Beverly Hills police pulled them over. Get out of the car. Show me your ID. Of course, one of them got arrogant. They spun him around, handcuffed him for resisting arrest, which was totally ridiculous. And then the one cop said to them, go in your own neighborhood. We don't want you here.
Oh,
And what are you doing here? No, and what are you do? Are you looking to rob? So he said, no, my name is Greg Morris, and I'm on Mission Impossible. I'm a star, and we're going to Ron Russell's house for a party. And they wanted to know who I was, what I did. I mean, these fucking cops are demented sometimes. I hope that's changing.
yeah, you know, I do too. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have cousins and some of my brothers, some of the guys that I grew up with in school. I call my brothers because there's only so many left on my hand I can count. The rest are dead or in prison. But some of them are great cops. Some of them are great sheriffs. And I do applaud the ones that go out every day and do their job correctly, properly, and with respect. I do applaud those police officers. I'm not saying I hate them, but the ones that I dislike and like just like you, we don't have time for that. I mean, come on, man. Life is hard enough. For us that live, go out and be threatened by police officers.
In the final analysis of these cops, I came to this conclusion. These cops don't feel that way. Yeah. They're told that way by the people of Beverly Hills. They all have clout. People in Beverly Hills are rich, they're connected, they know the presidents, they know all that shit. Yeah. They tell them, keep blacks and Hispanics out of our neighborhood. We're only wherever we are.
That was a long time ago, though.
Oh, that was back when I owned my house in Beverly.
When you told me to remind you about the food.
Oh yeah, when you could live in when you could afford to live in Los Angeles.
So I think though, first of all, I think the story is amazing. Second of all, so then you got to do TV shows and stuff, and that because that's how you kind of broke into the whole acting thing, right?
Yeah, well, I actually did a couple interviews on the news. And people were like, are you insane? You got your face plastered all over the newspapers, all over the news media, that you're the guy that caught the 2 guys who shot the cop and are going to go do time in prison. Did I get death threats? Yes, I did. But you know what? Coming from the street, it was just another day in the office, so to speak. I'm not scared of anybody. You know what? And I wasn't bothering anybody. And that's when the transition I started to turn my life around. Because they gave me a second chance. They said that we couldn't give you a reward because technically the $210,000 is not even missing. We got it en route. So what can we do for you? And all I asked was, by any miracle, I don't care, God, Allah, Buddha, whoever, by any miracle, could you guys do me a favor and give me a second chance at life? And they were like, yeah, you know, you ran drugs back and forth from Chicago and Indiana for almost 20 years. Never got caught, but you were always on the radar. And I said, I was trying to take care of my family. That's what I didn't hurt people. That wasn't my job. And all I asked was for a clean slate. Lo and behold, jobs that I could not get because of my record started to open up.
There you go.
I don't even have a traffic ticket on my record right now. And I'm like, what happened to all those? I guess that Key to the City badge on there and the FOP award, it stands for something. And
absolutely.
Would I do it again? In a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
But do you feel like you're boring now? Don't you miss the other person? That was an exciting person.
It was. I had a great life. I mean, I had the parties.
I'm from Brooklyn.
Oh, well,
okay. I'm Italian from Brooklyn. Need I go any further?
See, forget about it. You know what
right,
I'm saying?
Exactly. So I know what that life is like. And the $100 bills just fly.
Yeah.
Everything is $100 bill. Tip the waiter 100. Tip the car guy 100. That's.
By the way, everybody in the chat room saying how much they really like you. They're enjoying hearing you talk.
Well, now I want to hear. I'm going to ask you one question. I want the truth. I'm going to beat the shit out of you. You can answer it.
Yes.
Can you act?
Then I am. Yes.
Okay. I got to go. My daughter's birthday is tonight, and I'm making dinner, and I have chicken in the oven with potatoes and onions and
He'll be right back.
rosemary. So I got to turn it off. I'll be right back.
I'll be right
I'm
back.
here. I'm not going anywhere. Okay, so then tell us. So all this wonderful stuff, Keys to the City, everything happens, and what did that parlay into your first? What was the first role you got then from that?
Believe it or not, it was Chicago Fire as a background actor.
There you go, Chicago Fire. It's a great show.
Great show. First season, right off the jump. I get called out to come meet the cast and crew, and I'm like, I'm not an actor. They're like, no, we want you on the show. I'm thinking I'm going to be a movie star, or a TV star. So I get there, and it's really funny, Ron. It's crazy. It's just it's to the point where I get there and they tell me, okay, you're going to wear this, and then just walk back and forth. No,
I've done a lot of that, so I know what that is.
You know what that's like. So I said, okay, let me entertain this, So I go and I walk back and forth and back and forth and forth and back and sideways and up and down, whatever they want me to do. 2 days of that, and I told the guy, the guy that was holding the extras, I said, you know what? Fuck this. I ain't doing this shit no more. And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, what do you mean? I said, dude, this is not what I'm not an actor. I said, you know what? Thank you for the opportunity, but I don't want to do this shit. So he runs, tells the director that the guy's leaving. He comes over. He's like, hey, wait a minute, dude. He goes, you're like a national hero. You're like a local hero here in 2 states. He goes, you just can't walk off. I said, what do you mean walk off the show? No one's seeing me. I'm just a big blur going back and forth, So he tells me, he goes, look, show up tomorrow. I said, all right, for you, I'll show up. And I showed up. He takes me into wardrobe and tells the girl to put this man in a firefighter suit. And I said, I'm not a firefighter. There's rules and stuff, locals and unions and crap. And he goes, I don't care. You're a hero. You're a real hero. These guys are playing heroes on TV. You're a real hero. So he puts me in a firefighter suit. Next thing you know, I'm not a extra. Now I'm a featured extra in every scene with these guys. So fast forward, after that, I get booked on Sinister 2, the horror movie. I play the dentist's dad.
Yeah, we had a whole bunch of people from the first Sinister on our show.
Yeah, so I played the dentist's dad in part 2. I'm the last scene at the end of the movie where it makes you not want to go see a dentist again.
Hang on, I want to go back to the extra thing for a second though, because you know what? I've been an extra in 50 freaking movies, and I went there and I did it, and I did it because it's fun, and I met people, and I used to live in Florida. And when I lived in Florida, I would be an extra, and there'd be all kinds of film producers, and then I'd get cast in all these indie films. And I suck. I can't act at all. But my promotional skills are off the chain. There isn't a person better than me.
Jimmy's the best PR guy in the business. No bullshit. I'm not lying.
So I got into
acting, forget it. He's a
last
sinking
night,
ship.
though, we were at that Studio City thing, and Eva LaRue was there. Eva LaRue was one of the main characters on CSI Miami for 200 episodes. Right. She's one of the main people. She's gorgeous. I love her. And she was there, and she looked at me, and she goes, do I know you? And I said, yeah, we've met before. I said, you probably really won't remember, but I was an extra in about 20 episodes of CSI Miami. And she actually remembered me from that.
Awesome,
who could forget you?
Nobody forgets me. I'm vivacious.
Let's get back to this guy. So now I ask the personal questions. Are you straight or gay?
Straight.
Do you have a girlfriend?
Wife.
A wife. Okay, all you ladies out there, sorry.
I know, they're all
He's taken, but you can still use your vibrators while you're watching the show.
They're asking me if you'll pull your hat off for a second because they want to see what your head looks like.
Yeah, and they're asking if
he has a full head of hair, you guys.
Yeah, and they're asking, could you pull your pants down?
I think Ron's asking that more.
No, not at all.
No, we have a bunch of horny women in the chat room.
You have no idea the degenerates that come into our show.
How's that?
There you go.
They just blew the vibrators just blew in their machines. We have women that are so hungry they're disgraceful. They will get us.
They're saying how handsome you are, though. They love it.
How many of you women out there would spread your legs for him?
Oh, don't say that.
Oh, shut up, Jimmy. You're such a wasp. I'm Italian. We live.
They're just laughing. They're just all laughing. No, now they're saying take it all off.
Okay, there you go. The hoes are on the rise. Seriously, how many girls of you out there, if you dated him, would give in and put out?
All of them. Anybody
No,
who goes
don't
out with
just
them would.
shut up. You always got. I'm not gonna. I want to be on a different show.
You're gonna do your own show, right?
Right. Really, seriously, how many of you
They're
girls?
just saying, Ron, you're so funny, and all of them are getting excited.
I bet every one of you, if he whipped out 9 inches, you'll be his slave. Right, girl?
They're just saying all
Well,
their writing is very exciting.
He doesn't have 9. He's only got 8. Sorry.
Hey, you guys, but he's the Latino Pacino, which I love that. Like, I love that whole, like,
But wait a
phrase.
minute. What are you? Cuban, Puerto Rican, Mexican? What the fuck are you?
Mexican, Puerto Rican, Spaniard, African, and I don't know what else the hell. Oh, Native American, Indian, Aztec, Mayan. My grandparents were from Mexico. My mom's Texas. My dad's from Puerto Rico. My dad's father was a Spaniard. His great grandmother was the last original one of the Taino Indians in Puerto Rico. So yeah, that's where the Mayan warrior comes from.
That's awesome.
I have many. There they go, girls. Look.
There you go,
Woo!
girls.
Girls, go.
There you go.
Plug in your vibrators.
They're all
There he
saying
goes.
we have respect because he's married, and that's Angela saying that, which we
she's
know that's
so
full of shit.
Angie, baby, you'd spread and forget it. You'd rape
And they said
him.
he's the ultimate Latin lover. We get it.
Angie is Italian and Hispanic. She's a hot tamale pizza. Angie, baby, you wouldn't bang this guy? You're full of shit.
So you guys listen too. You can see him. He's going to be recurring once in a while on Chicago PD. He plays Johnny Marquez. Now that's not who you played though on Chicago Fire, even though those shows cross over, right?
Right. No, it took me 4 years to get back. We had a contract that once my scene on Chicago Fire was season 4, I believe season 4, episode 3, or vice versa, season 3, episode 4. It's called I Walk Away. I played Steve. So everybody's used to seeing this guy in the firefighter suit. Well, this guy was moving out of town and got caught under a container with my leg. So they had to amputate. I was the first amputation on Chicago Fire.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it was very memorable. So it was kind of hard for me to come back as another character. So I had to kind of stay away for 4 years, which is what I did. I did the Sinister 2 movie. After that, I did multiple commercials, Hellman's commercials, chef commercials. I did a TV series called No Chirac, where I was the lead. Filmed a full season, 12 episodes. Didn't go nowhere. I'm going to actually email you guys a link so you can check it out. Then you'll wonder why I didn't go nowhere. The only guy who had acting chops was me and the other lead.
Yeah, Ron's been in some movies like that too, where he's the only one who had any chops too.
Yeah.
Well,
So hold on, then
I have one that came out, and I never told anybody to go see it. I have a movie coming out next week. A plug.
Yes, plus, son.
It's called Clown Fear. And everybody out there, you know how disgustingly dirty, filthy my mouth is? Well, I play a minister. Is that a fucking stretch or what?
Hey,
You guys,
And my director said to Jimmy, he said he's magnificent, he's fabulous, he's magic. I love that.
you guys, it's coming out on Tuesday the
As a
8th.
minister.
Tuesday the 18th. It's called Clown Fear. It'll be in Walmart, Target, all the video on demand
Right.
sites and everything, and it's got Sadie Katz in it and a bunch of
Yeah.
people that we've had on the show.
Sadie
so you guys will love it.
Sadie Katz stars in this film, and my first date working was with Sadie, and I was marrying Sadie to this man, and the man turns around and he said, "Fuck you! I'm not marrying you. You're a whore." And I jumped back. Well, I watched Sadie Katz do the best acting I've ever seen. She went inward and started to tremble and couldn't speak, and her eyes were beautiful piece of work. That Sadie Katz is going to be a superstar.
Dave Hughes is like freaking out already about Sadie Katz.
Oh, Dave
and he says
Hughes.
you're going to be a swearing minister.
No, I wasn't. No. Here's the story about my minister. When they got me, they said, "Ron, you're flamboyant, you're gay, and you're fabulous." And the minister is gay, flamboyant, and fabulous. You're in Las Vegas. You're really not a minister. You're making believe you ought to rob money from people. So in order to not get caught, you send them down Circus Road where the killer clowns get them. So it's like a spoof. So anyway, now I go my first day of shooting, and my director comes over. He said, Lionsgate doesn't want you to be gay. I said, okay. He said, Lionsgate doesn't want you to be flamboyant. Okay. Lionsgate wants you to be quiet and demure. I said, this is acting. This is really hard acting. So
you should have got an Oscar for.
That's right.
No, it's just like, I hate when Hollywood does that. They hire you for one thing and then they switch in the middle. it really
Right.
hurts because you developed a character. Now you have to, you understand.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I completely understand. You know,
Rediscover the character.
they always tell me, "Oh, you're gonna play this this gay Latino guy in love with this other." I said, "Why me? I mean, first of all, I sound like death. You know, it's gonna be kind of hard. And second of all, I can't fake it that good." I said, "But there's a couple 100,000 Latino gay men out there who would love this role." "Nope, we want you to do it." I say, "Well, you got the wrong guy."
Well, you know what? It's called acting. I mean,
Right.
I play straight in my movies, and I'm not
Now,
upset about it.
comical, I can play comical gay all day long. I'll make you laugh and piss yourself.
But I like something that's a challenge and a stretch.
Yeah.
After a while playing the same fucking part, I mean, I'm always the gangster. Every movie I'm in, I'm the mafia king, the
I
mafia
can see
chief.
you're Italian. You're from Brooklyn. What do you expect?
No, but when I put on my Italian stuff, when I talk like this, get over here. You give me one more word, I'm gonna smack your face. You're gonna be dead on the curb. 2 legs are broken. Fuck you. You're dead. When I do that, they love me. So I'm not a gay fairy in that.
You're a bad
Actually,
I'm butcher than the butchest guy in the world.
I like vampire shit, and I saw on your IMDb you have a thing called Clash of the Vampires. Like, is that something that anybody ever got to see?
Nope. It was a bust. These guys went out there. We never even shot a scene. I'm trying to get that thing off my IMDb because I love vampire shows, and I don't want that to deter anybody from hiring me as a vampire on any movie, any network, any Netflix show. That Netflix, they went out there and they posted this big poster of Clash of the Vampires on Netflix coming soon. Oh, they got sued.
Of course they did, because you can't do that.
Can't do that.
No, so I said, get my name off of there. So I have been fighting with IMDb for like the last 3 years to take.
You know
that
what?
off.
It's easy to get things on IMDb. It's freaking impossible to get shit off. I've got some that I've been trying to get off of my IMDb, and they won't take it off of mine either. And I'm like, God dang it, I don't want these things on my IMDb.
Right? I mean, it's an embarrassment. It's like, come on, it's a joke.
But you know something? The greatest actors in the world have all lemons. I mean, I knew every movie star that was big in the 40s, Betty Davis, I never met Joan Crawford, but those sort of people. And they all talk about the bomb of the death, where they really hated the film. They never wanted to do it, and they're stuck with it. But you
Yeah,
know
look
what?
at Renee Zellweger. She just won an Academy
Yeah.
Award. She's got Texas Chainsaw Massacre like 3 or something.
Yeah, and you just move on, and you hope the next film's going to make that one disappear.
Actually, Angela in the chat room, which she has Sumner Twins talent in Colorado. We work with her all the time.
She's a producer.
She's phenomenal, and she says she can get it off for you.
I bet you she could
So
get
I'll
it
I'll
off.
introduce you to her on Facebook.
No. You misunderstood what she said. She said I could get him off.
No, that's not what she said.
That's what Angela
No,
said.
she said I can get them off for him.
Angie Baby. Meanwhile, Angie Baby has got a set of knockers.
Put me to
Oh, you
work.
got to see the boobs on Angie
She told
Baby.
me to have you message her later on Facebook, so I'll introduce you on Facebook because she's the coolest chick you'll ever meet.
She's got a set of jugs on her you never saw. Enormous. No, and they're real. They're not water bags.
We like
her
love her.
boobs. Her boobs are fucking huge.
So let's do a hype. First of all, too, we should just say it. Now, are your commercials national or local?
They were internet. Yeah, but they're
Okay, so they're everywhere. So you guys can see them in Hellman's
Wait a
mayonnaise
minute, I want to ask you
commercials.
a question. What are you doing now? What can we look forward to seeing you in?
Okay, so I'm here in LA with my partner Emilio, and we are in talks with our action movie, The Ride, which has a star-studded cast. I'm part of it, but I am not the main player. We got some good players in there. We have another meeting. We've done 2 meetings with 2 different production companies. The funding's 90% of the way there. We need the 10%. If we get the 10% and we get the green light this Friday, it's go from there. I will be leaving back to Chicago. I have a voiceover I have to do, and also I have a short that I have to do with. It's a comical short. It's really so I'm dipping into more of the comedy too because I like comedy.
He does too.
I'm always the bad guy. I'm always the drug dealer, the gangbanger, the cartel boss. The
Me
wise
too.
Guy. So I want to be a range. I want to have a range of people. So comic, everything. So I'm doing that. I'm flying back here in March to shoot the pilot TV series for a series called Pocho, where I actually got the lead in that.
Yeah,
Good.
congratulations.
So you're going to be able to pay the rent this month.
Oh yeah, I own my own construction company back home, Santiago Construction in Indiana.
Oh, okay. So good. You got to.
So if you guys are in Chicago and you need something built, made, constructed, this is the guy you go to, and that way he'll also autograph shit for you.
Yeah,
Like,
and ladies, when he comes to your house, don't open the door naked because he's married.
that's right.
Do women ever do that? I heard stories. They call a plumber who's cute, and they're in panties and see-through bras, and the plumber
I've
comes.
never had that happen to me. I've had them hover around me to see my work, to see what I'm doing, but never, no.
No, I've heard stories where a lot of men were attacked. They were like raped. Imagine.
So hang on, you guys. Listen. So if you
What a
go, you want to
terrible
see
thing.
him in some of his commercials. He's got a Hellman's mayonnaise
Listen,
commercial.
wait,
Hang on,
listen,
and all right.
shut the fuck
Let me
up.
finish.
I want to finish with him, then you can have him. Let's do something when you're in town. Let's have lunch or a drink or something, because you're a fun guy. I think we could have a good night.
He's coming back in March, which is only
You'll meet our
couple weeks
friends.
away.
All our friends are wonderful. They're all actors and actors.
Yeah,
Crazy
I
people.
leave next week on the 20th. I fly out.
He's coming back though. Then he's coming back.
Oh,
in
all
March.
right. Yeah, let's do something. You're a great guy.
So also, you guys, he's in an O'Reilly Auto Parts commercial, an OtterBox commercial, and I don't know what animated storyboards is, but I read it on your IMDb.
It was an actual. It's funny. We were all chefs, and it was a tampon commercial for the female chef to show how much it absorbs in all her white uniform. She's bent over.
No, go fuck yourself. You're shitting me. You are shitting me.
No, we walked in. We were told we were principal chefs, so we're thinking we got to slice and dice. We got to hand her stuff. I got to drop something in front of her, talk to her, and then she bends over, camera angle on her ass. Oh, that's how strong and absorbent these tampons are.
I would have been thrown off the set with my jokes and what I would have said. I would have thrown off the set. Absolutely, I never would have made that commercial.
It was hilarious. I had a great time doing it.
It is hilarious.
Oh my God, is that funny? So okay, so let's do some hypotheticals. So now you're an up and coming actor. You're starting to book some really cool shit.
No, he's not up and coming. He's already there.
No, he's still up and coming. Like
No,
he's not a
he's there.
household name.
He's got a fucking TV show coming up in March. He's going to be the star. That's not
well,
there.
He's there. Well,
That's there.
he's okay. He's there. All right, everybody. So he's there either way. So with whatever work you've done already, if you could if you had a pick, a male and a female that you'd like us to work opposite of, anybody in Hollywood, living or who's on your wish list, and then while you're thinking about it, think about what movie's ever been made in history. What movie would you have liked to be the lead in? That any movie
Scarface.
that's ever been made. Scarface. Oh shit, he did that quick. That's a good one.
Again, the hood again. I mean, what is it? We're addicted. But I want.
As far as females, Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, she's great.
She's
we
fabulous.
love her too.
I love her. I followed her. I would love to work opposite. Just working opposite of her would be a dream come true. As far as my guys who I loved watching as a kid, Stallone, of course, Balboa, the Rocky, the Schwarzenegger, the Vin Diesel, the Mark Wahlberg, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, great guy. Just to name a few. I got De Niro, Pacino. Those are guys who I would love to work with.
Macho.
Directed by far, Clint Eastwood. I'm a cowboy at heart.
I love it. Okay, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was going to say we're talking about up and coming stars. Jimmy has been an up and coming star for the last 40 years.
Who, me? That's not true.
You've been up and coming for 40 years.
Well, I have 800 million search results on Google, which is more. And I Googled Charlize Theron today, and she's only got 13 million, so I beat her by about 700 million.
Somehow he knows how to fix the computer to do that stuff.
No, they don't. Stefan.
Hey, I need to hire Jimmy then to do mine, so I can have
I am
100,000 followers.
I am the shit. Yeah, we need to get you followers because you get more roles the more followers you have.
Exactly. I walk into auditions and they know who I am. They know what I'm coming for. First thing out of their mouth is not how you're doing, how many followers you got. I said, I don't know, whatever. But I'm here to audition and kill this scene, And I kill every scene. I hear great work. I get the callbacks, but I'm not getting the roles because I do not have the followers, which is
they want to know you.
First of all, everybody in the chat room will start to follow you. Listen, I tweet with everybody that's in the chat room right now. We all tweet together every day. And if you get on Twitter and get in with all that.
Right, new announcement, it's actor J Santiago. Actor, just the letter J Santiago.
Oh, I messed that up. Okay, what's actor Santiago Jr.?
That's not me.
Oh,
you
shit.
just gave somebody else, you stupid queen.
It's actor J Santiago, you guys. No wonder I'm not following you. I'm probably following some weird dude.
Yeah, it's actor J Santiago, just the letter J Santiago. On Facebook, it's Jose Santiago Jr. JR.
You know, when you're working today, they want to know your IMBD number. And if you're
You know what? I don't even know that.
I know. I
was
have
trying
notes.
to figure out how to get my name behind it. imdb.josesantiagojr.com. I don't know how to do that.
Jimmy will tell you. My number is pretty good because of this TV show also. But my number is up there with some pretty heavyweight people. And that's probably why I get movies. They look up my
You
number.
get movies because you know how to network. He's out here networking so he can
That
like,
was
get
a
people.
horrible thing to say.
Huh?
That was a horrible
Your number's not that good.
You said my number was good.
It's getting better. It used to be in the millions, and now it's 145,000. But it's not
I
good.
think Jimmy and Ron, you guys are awesome, man. You guys are just amazing. I love you guys, man.
Everything is about networking
He's so
and meeting
jealous
people.
of me. He doesn't want me to be famous.
Sure, I do. I want you to be
Because if
super
I'm
famous.
famous, I'm going to leave him for like
He's
Brad
never
Pitt
gonna-
or something.
he's never gonna
Not
leave
Brad
me.
Pitt, but for somebody.
He
like
would
a big-
never leave me.
Maybe George Clooney and I'll run off together.
You can have sex with him. He can be your one-off that you can have sex with. But
No,
you
my
can't run
one-off
with him.
is Jason.
Yeah, he likes Jason Statham.
Don't you like Jason Statham? I don't want to have sex with him, but I love him. I watch all his movies.
I love his.
He's like a superhero to me because he beats the shit out of.
Who?
No, I don't care for him.
I
No,
don't like him that much
no,
either.
Jason.
I like his acting.
Yeah, I like his acting, but I don't like
Yeah.
him.
No, Jason just beats the shit out of everybody, and I love it. I love it. When he starts doing that spinning, hitting, kicking, I get off. I think, Jesus, if I were young, that's what I would be. I did that when I was young.
Spin and kick me.
Yeah,
The other night we watched Wild
I
Card.
did that with a bat when I was young.
The other night we watched Wild Card, which is a Jason Statham movie that bombed, but
Yeah.
we watched it, and I wanted to see it because one of the guys that gets beat up is Chris Browning, who's a friend of ours who was on the show,
Right.
and I just wanted to see him get beat up, and he gets the shit kicked out of him by Jason Statham. But it was really good. He did a great job. You know, it must be hard to get your ass kicked.
I
by
would
Jason
like to
Statham.
get Jason on our show. I think he'd be a lot of fun.
Oh, I think so too.
You never know. You know, we keep getting bigger and better stars. Look, we got you. We get a lot of people. We don't always have nobodies. We have people.
I mean, we
who
never
are-
have nobodies.
That's right. Well,
So-
you're on this show, as was what I was talking about.
Yeah, right,
Well, it's his show.
right.
No, it's not his show. It's my show. They just put his name in front.
Oh, okay.
I like Lovehead.
We're going to change that soon. It's going to be the Ron Russell Show and him.
We've got it all worked out. He's the actor. I'm the producer. And,
You know what? I did comedy for 45 years, stand up, and I'm
man.
yet. No, sir, I am very funny, and
Yeah, you are.
and I'm yet to be cast as a comedian.
Oh,
I
come on.
mean,
If Kevin Hart can do it, you can do it.
And
Oh,
everybody that
yeah.
casts me knows me, and they think I'm hysterical, but they see me as a mafia killer all the time, tough guy, gangster.
Well, we got a new horror movie coming out, and we're looking for, if anybody's out there interested, it's a really good horror movie with what they call in Spanish brujeria, which is witchcraft. It's a story about a doll, a girl, and her grandmother. The grandmother is very protective of the young girl. The grandmother passes, throws her spirit into the doll as the new protector, guardian over this child. I play a really buff, geek, nerd, computer guy. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to pull that one off. Who's the boyfriend of the girl who owns the doll. And the doll gives me the creeps. Long story short, this doll's running havoc everywhere.
Okay,
As
how
long as
how
she
old-
was in Mexico, it was safe. But when you take that body out of Mexico into the United States, the doll's evil.
How old does the girl have to be?
The girl in her 20s.
We have an actress who's absolutely gorgeous, and I think she's part Mexican also, is Sherry Nelson. She is so
She
breathtaking.
can't fit in the 20s, though. She can't fit.
She's how old is she anyway?
older.
Older than 20? She looks
in the
young.
Maxim magazine contest. She's in the over 40s.
I'm over
She's
40.
She's
40?
over 40.
Yeah.
This girl looks 25. She's
we have
over 40.
a girl. We brought her to the
Beautiful.
Sue Wong Oscar Gala
Oh.
and a bunch of stuff, and she came to LA for the weekend, and she came
Drop
in third place
dead
for the
gorgeous.
Maxim Magazine contest, Cover Girl contest, and she's a logger in Canada, and she wants to break into entertainment. And
She's gorgeous
stunningly
with a
gorgeous.
beautiful figure and an elegant, classy broad with green eyes and dark skin and dark beauty. She has a face like a 1940s movie star.
Oh wow.
When you were at the Nation's Fire premiere, were you by yourself or were you with your producing partner?
I was with my partner Emilio.
I remember him because I saw the pictures on your Instagram.
But wait a minute, hang on. We may have a young girl for you. She's 19 years old, and her parents are Sean Kanan and Michelle Kanan, the soap opera stars.
Oh.
And she's acting now, and she's beautiful.
Well,
And
that's true.
and she's half Spanish. She's half Spanish.
And if you guys know anybody interested in helping to get this one off the ground, 'cause it's just a hell of a story, let us know. I mean, I know there's a lot of horror lovers and producers out there. It's going to be
I'm one of them.
low budget. It's gonna be a low budget film, but it's not going to look low budget. With the guy, Carlos Hidalgo is a cinematographer from Mexico who's done all these great movies, Cantinflas, Clear and Present Danger. He's a cinematographer. He's our partner. He's our cinematographer. He's best friends with Emilio, so he's on our team. He's like, we get 500,000-600,000. This horror movie would make 20-30 million because it's just gonna be that good.
Okay, we're going to connect you with her. She's beautiful, and she's
No, we're gonna talk anyway because I want to get involved. I'm a fucking killer producer.
no, but Michelle's daughter is beautiful, and she's a
Might
talent.
not be a big enough name though because she doesn't have credits.
She's a new. They need new faces. You got to stop.
I
with
know,
the
but you got to
same old
remember that you can't get
people.
the money without a face. So
Right.
it depends on who else they've got attached to
Yeah,
it.
but the fact that her father is Sean Kanan, #1 super soap star forever.
But he's not in it.
No, but I don't know.
I know a lot of people though. I can also because I know a lot of people that you can go to, and you don't have to go to agents to get them.
No, you know what's sad
because
about
I just know
this?
them because they're friends
No,
of
you
ours.
know what's good about recommendation is we recommend safety. The girl's not a drug addict. She's not a doper, a drinker.
Right.
So she'll be on time. She's been trained by her parents to be an actress. So she's going to know her lines and do her job. Some of these bimbo bitches with the fake tits and the pussy, the clip cover dresses, they think they're actresses.
cover dresses.
And they're not. And they think by blowing you, they're going to get a part.
I know that's not how it works with us.
I know that, but I mean, that
We
there's
want
so
real
much.
talent.
There's so much of that out there. So you guys have to go through the woods to find the good ones.
Right.
Here
we
short.
want to bring people out. We want to bring people out and give people their break. We're tired of the same old people and the same old horror movies.
Right.
Same old
I want
producers.
you to connect with this girl. She, as I said, she's half Spanish. Yeah, Spanish and Italian. She's dark-haired, milk white skin,
Very pretty.
big, beautiful black eyes like her mother. She's stunning and a lovely figure. I think you should just talk to
We're
her.
going to talk more anyway because we just met you and you and I have been talking, but we're going to get some shit going. So in the meantime, you guys, I totally messed up his whole social media stuff. So it's at actor J Santiago, not whatever I said. So just fucking ignore that. Some people said they're already following you. I got to get into my Twitter stream and send me text messages reminding me to put you in because I do good morning hellos and stuff to get people that helps build followings. And that way we can, everybody that we tweet with is in the entertainment industry. They're all very cool and they're all very supportive of everything we do. And we appreciate all of them. And I'll also introduce you to Angela Joseph later. She's super cool. And
with the bazooms. Yeah, and I'm starting a money campaign for my divorced Jimmy fund.
Yeah.
Well, Jimmy gets half of everything. So I mean, you got to get at least 20-30 million so Jimmy can live good. You can't leave him out like. Yeah, he's got to live better than what he's living now.
I want the house, the car, the dogs, everything.
Yeah, listen to him.
I have a good lawyer. Horowitz is my lawyer. He gets money for everybody.
So also then, what else was I going to say? What else we need to tell everybody? So it's basically so what's your Facebook
Let's
again?
just
real
tell
quick?
everybody to go see his work. Go become a fan. Go see his stuff.
Oh, I do have a YouTube channel. It's Jose Santiago Jr. on YouTube. You can subscribe. All of my
That's
works on
where the
my
Junior
demo reels,
is.
my clips from Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, from Chirac, the TV series, the Hellman's commercial. It's all on my YouTube channel.
So you guys find him on YouTube. He's very, very cool. Follow him in social media. You're going to see more about him because you'll see him interacting with us in social media, and we're going to do some cool stuff together. He's a very cool guy, and we want to thank you for coming on the show, and say hello to your family and your producing partner, which I know. Remember when I saw your pictures on Instagram that we had met him, so let's give him a big shout out.
Yep.
And
Emilio Alcaraz.
So aren't you happy now that you were a cheap pickup?
Yeah, I'm really happy. You guys did me good.
You were a street pickup. I love it.
love it.
You're a cool guy.
I got picked up by you guys.
That's right. You betcha, baby. You got it right.
All right,
Anyway,
everybody.
we'll
So
talk
this
to
is
you
Jose
and see you.
Santiago Jr. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye,
Check out the
Jose.
Latino
Thank you, guys.
Pacino.
God
We'll see
bless.
you soon.
Love you
All right.
Ciao, ciao,
Bye
Bella.
bye.
Bye, Santiago.
All right, you
He's
guys.
good.
Lots of cool new people joined us in the chat room. What's up, Twism? White Pieces in the chat room. Irish Ginger's in the chat room. I forgot who else. Like there was a bunch of people going fast and I can't see it all. But everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed Jose. He was a really nice guy. He's really making
Oh
a
my
move.
God, I look like shit. How the fuck did I have the balls to go on TV today?
You look fabulous.
Oh no, look at the bags.
Oh,
my-
and Hub Reynolds Jr. just showed up.
Who?
Hub Reynolds Jr. just showed up
Hey,
in the
Hub.
chat room.
You're looking good, bud. I like all your new headshots. Tell me who your photographer is. I need to be shot through a horse.
So you
blanket.
guys too, we want to congratulate Hub. He's co-writing a screenplay for the Hub Reynolds Jr. story movie. He's got a producer producing it. He's playing himself in the movie. So congratulations, Hub. You've got a great story, and the world needs to hear it.
I just fainted.
Oh, you just fainted? Okay, that's okay.
How did you let me go on the air looking like this?
You look gorgeous. I
Are
think
you
you always
kidding?
look. I think.
Are you
Oh,
serious?
see. So Angela said she met Jose at the Nation's Fire premiere because you introduced her to her. Angela, baby, by the way.
Don't you dare call her Angie, baby.
Okay, Angela.
That's my name.
baby.
That's, right, Angie, that's my name for you. Nobody's allowed to use it.
I love it. So Angela, we're happy to see you in the chat room. I love all the great things you got going on. And next year at the Oscar party, we need you to go with us. So you guys, at the Oscar party, besides hanging out with all the musicians, we hung out with Chris Browning, Vincent Ward, Lou Temple, who's in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Ozzy Aziz came and she was at our table with Harley Wallen, and Harley Wallen and Katie Wallen were with us.
Sadie
Mike
Katz,
Ferguson, Sadie Katz.
who's starring in the movie that's premiering next week. She's the star and writer of the film
Clown Fear.
Clown Fear.
Dean Piper was with us, and Cece Hendricks was with us.
Right, we love
And
Cece.
Jan Birch and his wife Victoria, who I didn't even know was a producer on like a million really big things. Let's see.
All big shots.
Yeah, it was all big shots. We had a really, really good time. And then on Friday
But
night,
wait a minute. Let's talk about. You got to go on my Facebook page, everybody. Go to Ron Russell's show and go in and look at the dress that Sherry Davis had on. Her gown was magnificent. And Dave, I don't think Dave should watch it. See her picture.
oh yeah, Dave
Dave, you will commit suicide for masturbation.
Dave Hughes, like she's so freaking hot in it.
You will whack off so hard that you'll kill yourself.
And it
She's
was-
in a gown where her boobs are hanging almost out, nipple covers.
It was awesome. So also,
Unbelievably sexy.
then at that same table with Sherry Davis was Thomas Churchill. We had Joseph Kelly from Clown Motel, Spirits Arise, Alyssa Leonard and Dave Bailey, also from Clown Motel, Spirits Arise. It was a whole Clown
My
Motel
dear
table.
friend Marcel Waltz.
Marcel Waltz with
And
his
his
husband,
husband.
Dominic. Sarah French and Joe Netter from Blind. All those people were from the hit
Blind
film
is a
Blind.
movie you must see. It's fabulous.
So we had a really, really good time with everybody. There was about 40 or 50 cool celebrities there.
And we all look sharp.
We all looked terrific in our tuxes and suits.
I was in a black tuxedo, black shirt with the diamond bow tie and diamond shoes. Nice.
And then Friday night, we went to see Agramon's Gate. That's Harley and Katie Wallen's new
Right.
film starring Lorraine Landon and Jan Birch. And we met TJ Storm. There were so many celebrities at it. We had a great time.
And if you don't like films that are bloody, gory, and choppy, then you should go see Agramon's Gate. It's a spooky movie.
Yes, it was fun. The people at the red carpet were fabulous. We had a really good time. Jamie Bernadette was there. TJ Storm, who's like in everything, Predator and Punisher and like all the big movies. Who else was I? Oh, Billy Worth was there from The Lost Boys. It's actually my favorite movie of all time.
Everybody that's in town, that's cool. I think my eye just.
And Eileen
fell out.
showed up with Soho Johnny and Sherry Nelson. The Maxim cover girl showed up. We had a very, very good time. It was like one of our busiest weeks ever because we went out Friday night, Sunday night, and last night.
And Saturday night now we're going to Mark Waltz's.
Marcel Waltz's.
What did I say? Mark.
Yes.
I can't even speak anymore. Marcel Waltz's after Valentine's Day party.
And then next Saturday after that, we're going to a studio to watch the premiere of Ron's film Clown Fear.
Right, Ron's film. It's not my film. It's Sadie Katz's film. I'm just in it.
I know, but since
It's not
it's your first comeback film besides Croker, which
No,
everyone
it's
can go
not.
get on
No.
eBay.
Oh yes, it's the second one.
I know, but it's the first one that came out, so it's the first one
Right.
coming out. So
No, my Croker came out already and is gone, thank God. And now this one.
you
and
guys
then-
should see Ron and Croker though. Go on. I don't know if you
Please
can see
don't.
it anywhere, but Ron's really good. The movie's not good, but Ron's really good in it.
I'm a veteran actor of 58 years. The people that were working with me were not even actors. The guy that was doing it ran around and collected people from the town. And I almost died because they didn't know anything. They didn't even know where the camera was, the lights. It was a nightmare. It was like kindergarten.
Yes.
So I just had to do my thing like nobody
Actually,
was around. me.
Irish Ginger says she has Croker on DVD. And
Oh, God, you
Pat
bought
Grant,
that shit?
Pat Grant is right. Clown Fear. It's called Clown Fear, and it comes out on Tuesday, I think, the 18th.
It originally was Circus Road, but for some reason they changed it to Clown Fear. I prefer the title Circus
Yeah,
Road
Circus Road was better.
because it tells the story about the dangerous Circus Road as you leave Las Vegas. So I don't know why there was a problem with it. I'll find out about it.
So let's do a quick commercial, and then we're going to call our next guest in a minute. So you guys, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. For the 6th week in a row, we were top 100 podcasts on iHeartRadio. There's 750 podcasts, and we were in the top 100, so thank you so much for that. And you can listen to us every week on our home station of W4CY Radio. We're also on K4HD Radio in LA, Jackalope Radio in Kansas City, iHeartRadio, which is where we want everybody to listen because we want to stay in the top 100. Stitcher, Audio Boom, Apple Podcasts, Podomatic, Spotify. Now we're on Pandora, Spreaker, Apple TV, and Podbean. And in television, you can watch the show on Comcast, Roku, Vimeo, and YouTube. Whew. That was like a mouthful.
We're like shit. We're all over.
That's right. And we're good at it. It's fun. People like it.
Do you want to tongue kiss me?
No,
No, get that filthy tongue. I want to stick his disgusting tongue in my mouth like a vomit.
Hey now.
That's hilarious.
Somebody in the chat room said rent a room. We don't have to. We're in our home. But anyway, what more could we talk about?
Nothing. We're gonna call a guest in a second.
Let's talk
We have 3
about
minutes.
my friend Sadie Katz.
Okay, we love Sadie.
She looks like Carol Lombard. For those of you who know who Carol Lombard is, she was Clark Gable's wife. Sadie Katz has made so many movies that are one better than the other. She's skyrocketing to becoming a great, famous actress. I wouldn't be surprised in 5 years from now that Sadie's up at the Academy Awards receiving an Oscar. She's wonderful. I want everybody out there to look her up, Sadie Katz, and follow her. Watch her work. She's been around for a while. She's a great writer. She co-wrote with Min Collins the movie we're in called Circus Road. No, called Clown Fear. She co-wrote that with Min Collins. Just an incredible gal. I can't speak anymore. I have to go to bed.
That's okay. You don't have time.
I need to go to sleep. Do I have to interview the next guest?
Yes, you love the next guest,
Who is it?
Joey Bothwell.
Dave.
Dave,
I-
you're gonna love this one.
No,
'cause
he's
she's
got
smoking hot.
Dave, get out of the chat room, turn everything off because you're gonna have a heart attack when you see this one.
She's gorgeous.
This one is drop dead, knockout, magnificently beautiful, sexy, but not slutty, elegantly sexy, and intelligent. I love her. She's cool. When is she coming on?
In about 2 minutes.
Oh, good.
I
She's
think.
a beauty.
Hey, did anybody see Birds of Prey? I see people writing about it in the chat room. Mike Ferguson, the guy who was on our show a couple of months ago and is actually in the Birds of Prey movie. We're going to go see it, and he was with us this weekend, both Friday night and on Sunday night. He's a great guy, and his wife is a professional wrestler, and she looks like she could kill you.
I love this guy to pieces.
Nicest guy ever, even though he looks like he'll kill you.
No,
He's nice.
you know what I love about him? He knows Jimmy and I are gay and that we're married, and he's straight as can be. I mean, there can't be any straighter than him. He hugs me, he kisses me, he puts his arm around me. He's not a homophobe. I notice the men that avoid touching me or speaking to me are closet queens. They're the kind that work Macy's bathroom, while their wife is outside shopping. But this guy is totally he-man, straight, heterosexual. And I know that because he's not afraid to hug me in public.
And he's a cool guy.
And I love him for that. And I think he's brilliant and he's wonderful. And his wife will kick your ass and break you in half if a woman goes near him.
And he's in the new Steven Seagal movie, and he just signed a deal that he wasn't allowed to tell me, but he told me a little bit, and I can't say.
Don't spill it.
I'm not going to spill it, but you're going to really be seeing this guy soon. He's really cool.
He's fabulous, and he's a sweetheart of a human being. His wife is black, he's white, so we know he's not prejudiced. He's just wonderful. He's kind. He's not prejudiced against gay people. So I don't think he's got a prejudice bone in his body, which is so refreshing. It's nice to trust someone like that.
Let's talk to Scotty J real quick.
Do you think I have bugs? My head's always
Hey,
itchy.
Scotty J, can we see if we can? Is our next guest online?
Who are we talking about?
Joey Bothwell.
Joey Bopswell.
Bot, B-O-T-H-W-E-L.
Bot,
You told me you had it before.
Joey, yes, Bothwell is there.
All right, let's give her a call.
All
All right, everybody, this is our next guest, Miss Joey Bothwell, and we're gonna get her. We met her a couple of weeks ago at a Grammy party.
I fell in love with her.
And she's smoking gorgeous, and super talented, and I think you guys are gonna love her.
Oh, no,
Scott, you'll really like her, Scotty.
Scotty, this one's all intelligent, gorgeous, and class. This one is no bimbo. Look at that. Now, don't tell me she's not gorgeous.
Okay. I'm flying to California.
She is a fucking beauty. Give me a break. Hi, Angel. You know I'm in love with you.
Oh, the feeling is completely mutual.
I mean, I met you, and in 10 minutes, I said, this broad's so sweet, so nice, and so bright and intelligent.
So hold on, let's make sure we can hear you say something.
Look, she's got dimples too.
Something 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right, you guys.
Can you brighten up your light a little bit?
Oh no, she looks bright.
No, I want her brighter so her face shows better.
A little. Do you want me just to move closer to the camera?
That's good.
That's
too.
good.
You look beautiful. Don't cut off the top of your head.
You look different with your hair down.
I do. Yeah.
I love your new headshot. Your new headshot is so gorgeous. You look so smoking hot.
I haven't seen it.
Stephanie Gerard. She's an incredible photographer here.
Okay, so hold on. Let me do an introduction. All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the incredibly talented and gorgeous actress, dancer, choreographer, and writer Joey Bothwell. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hi. Thanks for having me. What a pleasure.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun. So we have a chat room filled with people, and it's got like every country represented. So say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hi, guys.
A bunch of them are saying they're going to go get divorced now so they can come after you. And
no, you're what's called years ago in my day American Pie. They would say like, well, what does this broad look like? Well, she looks like American Pie, and they knew immediately that it was you. That your face, washed, clean, no makeup hardly, blonde, and that smile. You are absolutely the icon of American girls of the 1950s. Maybe that's why I flipped over you, because I'm from that time.
Jimmy, are you getting jealous?
No, he knows.
I know. He was so impressed with you.
No, my love for you is not that kind of love.
So listen up, you guys.
It's like a friend.
So we went to a party, and it was called the Soiree, and it was the Friday before the Grammys, and it was a really fun red carpet party, and I was working on the red carpet, and Ron was like interviewing people, but she was the interviewer for the Soiree. She was doing all the interviews with all the famous people on the red carpet. Not only was she stunningly gorgeous, she was fun, and everybody like loved her, and Ron was like immediately enamored with her, and we were like, oh, we have to stay in touch because she's an actress, you guys. She does everything. She's like a quadruple threat.
I said to Jimmy, I said, you got to meet this one, Jimmy. She's really nice. And then I said to you, you got to be in films. We're going to see what we can do for you. And we weren't bullshitting. And I wasn't trying to get laid. So, I was sincere. and I think in the right movie, you could be absolutely terrific.
Well,
She has one really like A-list movie that she has been in, you guys,
I
too.
haven't seen it.
And it's called Frankie and Alex. It's an Academy Award nominated movie, I think, and it starred Halle Berry and Stellan Skarsgård. His daughter was like, what was your daughter? Right after Halle Berry.
My daughter was Miss Teen Long Island, and Halle Berry gave her crown to my daughter Leslie, because Halle Berry was Miss Teen Long Island the year before my daughter Leslie.
No way. Small world.
Everyone at the pageant, they never got over Halle Berry. They said she was the most beautiful, the most intelligent, and the kindest, sweetest pageant person.
Absolutely.
So
she's
she got a good.
Incredibly kind, incredibly nice. I was in a play at the time that we were shooting this film when I was in Vancouver, and she came to the play. She invited me to dinner with her and her husband at the time. I got to hang out with her baby, Nala, at the time. It was a wonderful experience, and she was just such a dream to work with. She really was.
I mean, that's like really cool shit.
It's so important in the business to have a good reputation.
Yeah.
So how was Stellan Skarsgård? Was he nice? Because I think he's smoking hot.
Oh my God, he is smoking hot, and he is incredibly funny. I had this scene with him that was quite intense, and he played a doctor and was interrogating me where Halle was. And at the beginning of the scene where, before everything is going, he was laughing and he was joking and got all jovial. And then as soon as the director said action, he literally swooped in, came like 2 inches from my nose, and delivered all of his lines, like with his breath beating on my face. And it was so
intense.
Exciting.
Did he have bad breath?
No.
No, he had great breath. He smelled like roses and sex. It was excellent.
I love that. So you have been in a ton of shows, and a lot of the things that you've been in, we've actually had several of the people on our show.
Oh, awesome.
You were on Once Upon a Time, and we've had people from Once Upon a Time. You were in Supernatural. We're very good friends with Chad Lindbergh, who was in Supernatural for a bunch of episodes. We have a very good friend, Michael Damian, who has 2 dance movies, High Strung and High Strung Free Dance. And the choreographers are all the people.
He was a king of soap.
All the people from So You Think You Can Dance. We met Ty DeSorio at the premiere a couple of weeks ago when they had the premiere in L.A. And then at that premiere was the guy from Psych was there. And I don't know about anybody from Santa Pups. But like I was looking at your
How's that? Cheryl Ladd.
Yes. Oh, he knows Cheryl Ladd from a long time ago.
Are you kidding? I know Cheryl Ladd because her daughter, Justin.
No, not Justin.
Yeah, Justin, isn't it?
No.
What is her daughter's name? Wasn't it Justin?
No.
Something beautiful name. Used to play with my daughter Deirdre. They were both the same age. And they used to go to Barbara Parkins' house from Peyton Place, and they lived in Beverly Hills right next door. So her son, Jordan. And I met Cheryl a few times, and I got to tell you, my God, she was just the Grace Kelly of the era. Beautiful girl.
Talk about a beauty. That woman did not age.
And skin, and thin and small and petite and smiley and sweet and a good mom. I loved her. And my wife, my then wife, got along with Cheryl really well.
They're in the chat room. They're talking about how gorgeous you are.
And
now they're saying they're coming to the conclusion that the East Coast stinks because, like, every time we bring a woman on from the West Coast, they're all so stunningly gorgeous. They're like, we don't have women like that on the East Coast.
No, that's not true. I think most women all over the world, there's pockets of beauty. It's just that everybody comes to Hollywood to be discovered. So there are more beautiful people in Hollywood. Although if you go out to the Hamptons in the summer on Long Island, then you see all the gorgeous men and women that are wanting to be models or actors and actresses. So the Hampton. Now, wait a minute. You're married? No, you're single.
Oh, single.
So you should go to the Hamptons in the summer. Guys out there are gorgeous and they're rich. And you'd be there 2 minutes, you'd be wed.
First of all, you guys got to follow her if you want to see, because she's got some amazing pictures. You got to follow her on Instagram. Her Instagram is Miss Joey Bothwell, MissJoeyBothwell, because she's got pictures of her getting primped and made up to go to things where she's scantily but tastefully dressed. And she looks so amazingly gorgeous. And not only does she do movies and TV, she also does video games. And let's talk a little bit about theater, because you have a huge theater background.
Wait, didn't she do voiceovers?
Yes.
You did voiceovers for video games.
A little bit of voiceover. I've done motion capture for video games.
Which means you're the character, right? You like put in one of those suit things and you become the character.
And they like put like balls on your face, and then you go onto this big like gymnastics floor, and there's a bunch of infrared cameras all over the place, and then the character moves however you do. In one game that's called Mass Effect 2, I play 700 characters in this alien bar, and it was so fun to do. They kept asking me, they'd throw up a character and it would be this, Asian woman in furry boots and pigtails and a bikini. And they would say, dance how she would dance. And then they would say, okay, now you're a heroin addict having a episode in a corner. Do that. And I got to do the physicality of all of these wonderful things. And it was a really great experience.
Oh, and you're very limber because you're a choreographer.
I would love to do that. That would be fun being all those characters at once. Meanwhile, I look like shit. So forgive me. Because we were out last night. No, we were out last night to the premiere of
Studio
City, the wonderful soap opera. And all our friends were there, and the drinks were $4.
Oh.
So you can imagine how everybody was soused.
Where was the invite?
You wanted an invite?
If you want to get invites,
we could have.
We could have brought you.
And I really think of you as a friend, not like a client or whatever. She's not a client. What do you call people? A guest. I don't think of you as a guest. I don't know why. I think in the past life, you and I were friends or something.
If you want to go to stuff, though, because we get invited to stuff all the time. I'll put you on my list of people to call, like when we have seats.
If I knew you better, we would have invited you to the Oscars with us. You could have come to the Oscars.
Yeah, what did you do for Oscar weekend? Did you do anything fun?
I didn't. I went to Santa Barbara to go hang out with a friend. I'm in a play that's coming up in March, and we start rehearsals. We started rehearsals on Monday, so I wanted to take the weekend to just relax before I got heavily into rehearsals.
Oh, so tell everybody the play so we can sell tickets.
Sure. It's Agatha Christie's Witness for the Prosecution.
Oh, I know that. I love that. Oh, you're Marlene Dietrich?
Yes, exactly. That's
I love it. That's a great part. Great part.
Wonderful part, and I get to have the German accent, which has been a lot of fun to play with, and I'm just
and that wonderful twisting ending is. I'm not going to give it away, but the ending just flips you out. Tyrone Power played it with Marlene Dietrich, and you could see that film. It's a fabulous piece of work that Agatha did. And you're going to be perfect for it because you look German.
Yeah, I'm German.
And where is it going to be? I want to go see it.
It's at the Glendale Center Theater. You guys let me know, and you can be my guest.
Sure, I want to definitely come and review it.
Please. March 21st till May 2nd.
What's opening night? How does that look? Tight?
March 21st.
But can we come to opening night?
I would be happy to have you as my guest.
We definitely want to come.
You're on our calendar.
Yeah, we definitely want to come.
Because it's a wonderful piece of work. It's an incredibly
He knows anything if it's ever made in the Turner Classic Movie era. He knows
I know. That's part of my career.
I know.
I had a show where I used to interview Jane Russell, Betty Davis, all the old stars. I interviewed all of them. You can see it on YouTube, most of my interviews.
You guys, too. Joey interviews people, too. So who are some of your favorite people? Did you get to interview Tracy Young that night, and then she won the Grammy 2 days later?
I did, yes. For her song with Madonna, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was for her song with Madonna. I actually knew Tracy back in Florida because she's from Florida, and I lived in Florida for many, many years. And we shot a music with Joya Bruno from Expose, and they were lovers in the video, and it's shot in my house.
No way.
And so I've known her for a long time. She's very, very cool. And I was super excited to see her that night. And I'm glad you got to, because she's a really cool chick. And she's like member of Tribe, because she's like a lesbian.
Do you remember on the red carpet, my friend Eugenia Kosmina?
The blonde?
The gorgeous blonde with the blue
bangs.
sequins.
Bangs? Oh,
is she not drop dead beautiful?
Absolutely.
I love her. She's another great. She's the next Grace Kelly. And she has such a way about her. She's like as demure as Audrey Hepburn. She's just a beautiful girl. Everybody was freaking out over her.
Let me do another brag for you real quick, because we were talking about video games, you guys, before, and she said she's all those characters in Mass Effect 2, but she's also in Star Wars: The Old Republic. And And like those Star Wars games, they're always like really popular. Who did you play in that one?
I got to be a Jedi.
Oh, that's awesome.
I got to be a Jedi. I've had actually a very cool motion capture career in the sense that I've gotten to play a Jedi, I've gotten to play an alien, and then I've also got to play Barbie. So
oh my God, how cool is that?
I know, my inner child is just delighted.
And actually, the money in that is good, right? You don't have to tell us how much money you make, but it's good money to do that.
It's the equivalent of, if not more, sometimes working on set, SAG scale as a regular.
Well, it's union, so I know what you got because it's union. Meanwhile, a role has just come to me yesterday, where I believe I'm an alien, and my relatives were from Mars. I really like Ancient Aliens. You ever watch the show? I believe all of it. Every bit of it, that we are descendants of people from Mars. And I've always wanted to play an alien. And just last night while driving in, I got an offer to play the king. Well, who am I? Orba?
We can't talk about it.
Oh, we can't talk about it. But anyway, I'm going to be the king on the planet where the aliens come from. I am so excited to play an alien.
Crazy king. He's going to play
a crazy king, which is exactly me. But playing an alien is really a part I cannot wait to do.
Yeah.
That's going to be so much fun. So much fun.
So let's do some hypotheticals because you do so many cool things and you have all these wonderful things going on. First of all, do you have an agent or do you just find stuff on your own because like of who you are?
No, I do have an agent. I recently dropped my manager because I was like, I don't really need this.
No, you don't need managers. Managers ruin careers.
Yeah, unless you're really big, you don't need it. You need an
I know
agent.
so many movie stars. I'm talking about like Betty Davis people who wouldn't have a manager if you killed them. She said because you call the manager to do an interview and the manager says she's busy when she's not. Managers, they have an idea of how to handle you. And they don't ask you; they just do it, and they. I don't deal. Jimmy and I, if we need somebody to come on our show, we will not deal with their manager.
Yeah, I get people on our own.
We go over it because the manager fucks it all up.
Now,
and I have to tell you, like I'm working on a film, and I can't say names or anything, but like I offered an A- list star $3 million for 5 weeks, and the manager turned me down, and I was like, holy shit! For somebody who hasn't had a hit film in many years, I was super surprised.
What are you talking about? You're talking about who I know?
I can't talk.
The one he's a famous actor.
Yeah, but he's not.
He just had a hit movie.
He hasn't had a hit movie in 5 years. It works, but he hasn't had a hit movie.
I just saw a trailer of his movie.
Yeah, and it bombed though. It didn't make any money. They made it for like 80 million, and it did like 30 million. That's a bomb.
Oh my! He is one of the hottest names in Hollywood now. Of course he is. We never agree. We're married.
Yeah. So let's do a hypothetical. So who if you could, I mean, you've already worked with some pretty big people because you've worked with huge TV stars because the shows that you've been on are huge.
She hasn't worked with big people till she works with me.
Okay, but if you could work with any male and female star that you haven't had an opportunity to work with yet, what would you like? Who would you like to work with? Number one, and then the second half of the question is, if you could have been the lead actress in any movie ever made, what movie would you have liked to been in? And it can be a living person or a dead person that you want to act with. It doesn't have to be a living person. But who are some people that you think, oh my God, this would really be a great career thing, and I would love to work with these people?
I mean, hands down, Meryl Streep would be just a dream to work with.
Everyone
that.
says Meryl Streep.
But
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't want to work with her as an actress. I want her to direct me in something.
Okay, that's even better. That's done. We haven't had that yet. We haven't had.
I think Glenn Close is a far better actress than Meryl Streep.
Kate Blanchett. Oh my God, are you joking?
Oh, Kate Blanchett would be great.
Glenn Close is so understated. I mean, she really doesn't get the credit. Did you see her in was it Married Woman or something?
Right.
What was it called?
The movie where she hardly... The Wife, yeah, that was a great movie.
She was intense.
She didn't even talk.
She didn't even need dialogue. Her features, her face, her expressions told... She's a brilliant actress. I don't know what she's...
Okay, so that's one that you want her to direct you. Who do you want to act with?
As a female?
Yeah.
A female actress, I mean, I would have loved to have been standing across from Judy Garland.
Yes.
And just do a musical number with Judy.
Do you sing? Can you sing?
I can, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
So you're a triple threat.
So I know she's more because she's actress, dancer, choreographer, writer. I didn't say singer. I should have said singer too. Okay.
I mean, it's the weakest of my three, but yeah. And
Okay.
then, and in that same vein, I would have loved to have danced with Gene Kelly.
Oh, that's
See,
cool.
and I would have liked to have danced with Fred Astaire. He was more my style than Gene. Gene Kelly was acrobatic. Fred Astaire was slick.
Oh, totally. I mean,
had-
I would fall in love with Fred Astaire on the dance floor. Gene Kelly, I would have loved to have kept up with. You know, tap dancing.
Yeah,
and,
but
mean,
I
that's
would have
my
liked Fred
background.
Astaire to be my coach and to get me to be as suave and as smooth. And
That's really cool though that you like the old movies because you kind of like fit with that and in a lot of ways because you're such a classic beauty.
Jimmy, I tell all the young girls that say to me, Ron, like what can I do to get better at it? I said, remember one thing, you're standing on the shoulders of Hollywood. Don't say it's old fashioned. Sarah French and Sherry Davis, I gave a lecture to. I said, be glamorous. When
Which
you
they
are
were.
out in public, make up hair and gowns and be glamorous. They listen
Yeah.
to me. They're working like crazy.
I love that.
Don't
No,
go
it's
to a
true.
premiere in sneakers and a sweatshirt with no makeup on and your hair hanging.
Or wearing something that looks like you're a hooker.
Amen. Isn't that or the athleisure? I don't love that. I don't
I don't
love
either.
the-
I don't even get it.
No, if you were like that, I would have walked right by you. I wouldn't have said the things I said to you in private. Folks, in private, I said to her, I want to see if we can't get you some work because I think you're beautiful and you're intelligent. And I suspected that she had a lot of talent. You know, you have that feeling after a while. It's kind of a Hollywood, some kind of inner spirit. And as we just unfolded on our show, you see how experienced she is, how delightful she is, and how beautiful she is. And I know that Jimmy is thinking already of maybe casting her in one of the many movies that he produces.
Absolutely.
And I told you that, so you thought I was full of shit, right? Did you think I was
I mean,
bluffing?
LA is full of shit, but just keep
How many
spelling and
people
see-
feed you that crap?
Oh, I'm sure with you, everybody does, especially
How
all
many
the people who want to go out with
feed you
you.
that? See, but I'm the real thing because you're on the show and we're making it public. So I wasn't a phony baloney Hollywood jerk.
And it's always a compliment when a beautiful woman gets a compliment from gay guys because it's
We're not
it's a
looking
real
at-
compliment. It's not
You
like we're
mean
trying to
it,
do
yeah.
anything. Yeah.
We're not trying to jump you. No, we have an inner gut feeling about what works and what doesn't. Somehow, gay men may not look at a woman wanting to have sex with her, but we look at a woman knowing that there's qualities about them that we wished we had if we were women.
Oh, I love that.
Because, we are half women. We're 50% women, 50% men. We think like women sometimes when we get bitchy. And when we're not, when we're not bitchy, we are Hollywood men. Listen, I don't want to brag again, but Bernadette Peters, I met years ago. She was from Long Island. She was Bernadette Lazara, and we used to buy all the Lazara Italian bread that they baked. And I saw Bernadette, and I got to know her, and I said, you're going to be a superstar. I said who did I say the same thing to? Oh, Angelina Jolie. Hello, Angie Voigt grew up in my house. She's my daughter Judith's best friend when we lived in Beverly Hills. And Angie was about 14 years old, and we had just moved back to California. And Angie came to the house to say hello to Deirdre. Well, 14, she walked in. She had a set of jugs on her face, her ass, her body. She was a woman. My daughter, Deirdre, looked like an ironing board. She was a little teenage, big, tall, 5'11" screen bean. And here was this woman, Angie. So I've gotten into fights when people said, oh, she's had so much plastic surgery and her boobs are fake. No, folks. Those boobs are real. She had them from a kid. Those lips are hers. There's nothing done to Angie. I have pictures of her at Deirdre's first year birthday or second. And there's Angie with those lips and those eyes.
First grade, not first
First
year.
grade. First grade. So
hold on. Let's go back now.
Anyway, I just want to finish my big, long song and dance. I have a feeling that Sadie Katz is definitely going to be a superstar. And I think that you're going to start to happen.
Well, thank you.
Really
I look
big
forward-
time. No, big time. I think you got to get it out there, like I said, and let people see and feel and know you. You have that sparkle. Not everybody in the business has the sparkle.
He's right about that. I agree with him, and we go to maybe like 8 events a month in LA. We drive in for, so we go to a lot of events and we meet a lot of people. And he says it about 1 out of every like.
So many
50
starlets come up to me and they say,
like 1 out of about every 50, he'll be like, "This one's got something." And he said that immediately to me about you, like this one's got something.
No, they will. These beautiful, gorgeous girls, young hopefuls, and they come up to me with asking questions, and I silently say to myself, get married, have kids, have a nice life, because you're not. No, I don't mean it to be facetious, but you just don't have the sparkle. Nobody knows why Kim Novak and Grace Kelly were the greatest blondes in the world. It was a sparkle.
I agree.
And you have a sparkle, and so does Sadie Katz. Do you know Sadie Katz?
I don't know.
We're going to have to introduce you to her. She's a wonderful actress. She's up and coming. She's really big. And we're going to start dragging her now to all the red carpets.
Yeah, we love her too.
She's my good friend.
So let's go back though. Okay, so what movie? You didn't pick a movie yet. Tell me what movie would you have liked to have been? Any movie. It can be an old movie, a new movie, or an old movie and a new movie. Anything you like.
Oh man, there's so many. Dirty Dancing would have been one of my top lists.
Oh my gosh!
Well, she's a dancer. She's understandable. She's a dancer.
It's a great movie. I love that movie. Nobody's baby in the corner.
I mean, Patrick Swayze with that whole scene. Are you kidding? His back and the dancing. I don't know. I love it. I love it's timeless. You know, it's a bit of a cult classic that way.
I love it. I think it's a fabulous movie.
And you should definitely see Michael Damian's new movie. Oh, it's all about dancing. The entire film. It's the life of a dancer. And the choreography is drop dead fabulous. The movie is fabulous, and I don't blow smoke up anybody's butt or bullshit. This movie is so worth seeing. What's it called?
High Strung Free Dance is the newest one.
High Strung Free Dance. Rent it, watch it, you'll love it.
I'll get involved.
Gene, who's in it? Jane Seymour's in it. and a bunch of new up and coming gorgeous boys and girls.
Thomas Doherty, who is in the that Disney show about the kids who were the kids of the evil people.
Oh, also he played opposite.
The Descendants. He's one of the Descendants.
And he played opposite
his girlfriend
Helen
is
Mirren.
Dove Cameron. Yeah, and then he was in the Helen Mirren thing about the Queen of Scots, Queen of Scots, whatever, on HBO.
He played the lover.
He's the lover in that.
Oh, fabulous!
Like really up and coming.
And he's a terrific fella and good looking and very sweet.
And the dancing in it is really, really good. He had a first one called High Strung about 3 years ago,
which is good also.
It was very good. And then this is like a sequel, but it's not really because it's all different people. But it's very good. It just came out on video.
What's wonderful about his film is he's combined hip hop with classic.
Right.
And I've never seen anything quite like it. You're going to love it as a dancer. You're going to absolutely love that movie. So please.
Actually, and if they make another one, we should really introduce you to him because, like, maybe they want a female's choreography perspective.
Michael Damian.
Would you do that?
Michael Damian's wife was one of the Golden Girls in Las Vegas. What were they called?
Oh yeah,
Janine is Janine.
Solid gold dancer.
Solid gold dancer.
Yeah,
and Janine Best is the daughter of James Best, the famous actor.
And he was the sheriff on Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, forever. So they're lovely people, and you would love to know them. And Michael Damian made that record years ago that was famous, Rock On.
You know that song, Hey Kids, Rock and Roll. Rock On was a #1 Billboard hit. That's him, and he's also a huge movie soap opera star from Young and the Restless. He was Danny Romalotti.
He was on every cover when he was a young guy. The girls used to go crazy for him.
We actually know a lot of people that you would get along good with because you have the same interests of them. So we have to introduce you to some fun people and invite you when they're all going there because it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, you'll come out to the house in Palm Springs when we ever get together. Where do you live, L.A.?
Yeah, I do. Live right in West Hollywood.
Yeah, okay, it's not that far to Palm Springs. Jimmy and I are in L.A. all the time, big in and out.
We were there 3 times in the last 5 days.
That's why I'm exhausted. I don't know how I did the show today. I didn't have my normal energy and craziness.
So how often do you do red carpet interview stuff?
Quite honestly, I only do that one party once a year.
Oh, okay.
So I work for the Soiree LA. It was a random job that when I first got to Los Angeles, I literally found it on backstage.com or something. And I met Al 6 years ago, and then
What a nice guy. Al's a great guy.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed meeting him too. We just met him for the event, but I really enjoyed meeting him, and I had a fun time at the event. It was fun.
I love the room. The Roosevelt Hotel was built probably in 1922 or 3, and this room is untouched. And as I stood there, I kept saying to myself, oh, I could see Gloria Swanson, Rudolph Valentino in this room dancing on the tile floor. But of course, not to that horrible loud music that was. I hated that music. I mean, they danced to the tango and violins, and it was romantic and elegant.
Well,
But
and
that-
apparently that room was where the very first Oscars were held.
Really, what a
Yeah.
fabulous room. What a wonderful room.
Actually,
I felt it. I felt all the vibration. But
Like-
really, next year, tell them not to make the music so loud.
Oh, that's
We couldn't hear each other. I mean, it's really uncomfortable. Even the young ones were bitching because we couldn't hear each other.
last night, though, when we were at the Studio City premiere thing in Van Nuys that we went to, one of the girls was there, and I kept looking at her, and I was talking to her, and she was a musician and everything. And then, so we decided to follow each other on Instagram, and I saw her Instagram picture, and I was like, oh, that's why I know you. You were at the soiree, and we were there too, running the red carpet. And she was the girl who had the bodysuit on with all the little, it was like a beige bodysuit with all the little holes everywhere around it.
And the jacket. She had like a long coat on. Yeah.
Yes. So she was there, and I was like, I knew I had seen you, someplace before, and that we were at the soiree, and we saw her at the restaurant. Because after the soiree, we all went and ate at the little diner in the Roosevelt Hotel. I love that little diner.
I love the road. Did you know I stayed at
Yeah, the hamburger's great.
I stayed at the Roosevelt Hotel in 1949. I was just turning 10 years old, and my mother and my grandmother and I came to California to find a house, and my father and sister stayed in New York, and they were going to follow. And we were guests of the Roosevelt Hotel, and there was a smell in the rooms of, I don't know what, but no, not an offensive smell, but a definite smell that sometimes when I'm in the Roosevelt, if I walk around, I smell that smell again, and I was like 10 years old back then. And I just remembered feeling so rich and elegant. I walked around that hotel, 10-year-old boy, what do I know? And I felt like, wow, I'm going to be a movie star, and I'm going to walk in this hotel as a movie star. Well, almost.
There you go. So
I walked the hotel, but not a movie star.
How
yet.
come you're not on Twitter?
I have a hard time. I don't love social media.
Okay.
No, it takes up. I know, and I really wish I did. I do my Instagram do diligently. I just feel like Twitter takes up a lot of my time, and I just like to be in my life as opposed to on my phone, and so I have to make.
So that's why you've picked this.
Good
Instagram
for you.
I
agree. Good for you.
So everybody follow her on Instagram. It's Miss Joey Bothwell. Tell everybody again, when is your play, and like where will they be going to try to get tickets for it?
And how much are the tickets?
She probably don't even know that yet.
Dude, yeah, tickets are $30 a piece. The play is about 2.5 hours, so it's not a small play. The theater is absolutely stunning. It seats about 300 people. It's the Glendale Center Theater. It's right on Orange and Lexington in Glendale, and you can get the tickets on glendalecentertheater.com, or there'll be a link in my bio on my Instagram.
Do they still have Ticketron?
They have other things.
Is that around anymore?
Ticketmaster and Eventbrite and stuff like that. Is I think people do stuff a lot now. Yeah, paper bags or brown paper bag. So then also, you guys should go check out Frankie and Alice with Halle Berry and Stellan Skarsgård. That way you can see her getting blown in the face by Stellan Skarsgård. That would be so exciting. And check out all her different things, her video games, Barbie, Mass Effect 2, Star Wars, The Old Republic. Follow her. She's going to be doing all kinds of cool things, so we'll keep you updated, and you'll see her in photos because we're going to start inviting her places with us so she can come with us and meet other cool people because we think she's fabulous. And we want to thank you for coming on the show. I got like 2 minutes left because then we got to do a farewell thing. So what do you want to talk about? We got 2 or 3 minutes. Give us something that you want. You got anything else you want us to promote?
Not at the moment, but I'd like you to say hi.
What kind of dog is that?
He's a good dog.
What's his name?
His name is Scooter, and he's the love of my. He's 4, and he's a Chinese crested hairless Highland Terrier poodle. Oh, hi, friend.
This is Astro. We have 3 rescues. This is our smallest one. He weighs 5 pounds, and his name is Astro. And I used to have a hairless Chinese crested, like the ones that don't have any hair that look a little ugly. They're not ugly. They're fabulous.
They're wonderful dogs.
Yes, this is Astro.
This is a boy.
So they're fags. So this is Astro. We also have another dog called Brandy, who's like a 35-pound terrier mix, and then we have a 130-pound Brazilian Mastiff.
Oh my goodness! I'm come to your house and we'll hang with dogs.
We love dogs. That is like our thing.
We'll have a little dog party.
Connected. Yeah, we like our big dog. Unfortunately, doesn't like anybody, but their other 2 dogs do. Here's Brandy. Hang on. Here's Brandy.
Hi, Brandy.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
Brandy, say hi.
Hi.
There's Scooter. See Scooter? Scooter is so adorable. How much does Scooter weigh?
He's only 6 pounds.
That's just like our little one. Oh my God, I love those little dogs so much. Now, was he a rescue?
He was, yeah.
Oh my God, that is so. Now I even love you more that you have a rescue dog and it's so adorable. You gotta love it.
He's the love of my life, that's for sure. Oh, and he's now bringing you his owl.
Oh, look, he's got a toy owl. That's so cute. I absolutely love it. Yeah, we love dogs to death. This one has a heart attack. We've only had this one for about 5 months, and anytime Ron leaves the house, he has a heart attack and sits at the door yelping, waiting for him to come home. But he's so amazing. He's such an amazing dog.
Cute.
Oh my God, cute. I love that. I think that's so fabulous. All right, everybody. So this is Joey Bothwell. Please follow her on Instagram, Miss Joey Bothwell. Check out all her stuff. We want to thank you for coming on the show. Anytime you have anything to promote, let us know. We'll bring you back. Definitely when the play is almost about to come, we'll mention and put it out there to try and sell tickets and help.
If you have any tickets left, which I doubt.
Yes, and we would love to come opening night, and we want to thank you for coming on the show. It's such a pleasure having you on the show, and such a pleasure meeting you at the soiree.
You too. Thanks, guys.
You. Talk to you in private. Bye, sweetie.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, my gosh, her dog is so beautiful. I think the dog is, oh, my God, just dying. Look at how gorgeous the dog is. Just like her. All right, thanks. Bye-bye, everybody. Yay, wasn't that fun? So we've got 4 minutes. We got a lot of people in the chat room. Lots of people love dogs in the chat room. Tina Davidson is in the chat room. We want to say hi to Tina, and she said Stefan's there too. Tina, we haven't seen you.
Tina, you're like a ghost, like a stranger. When are we going to see you? And Stefan, what the fuck are you doing?
Gotta love it. So Tina,
we haven't seen you guys in ages.
We're so happy to see you in here, Tina. It's very good. Also, Hub, congratulations on everything. Lady Lake Cindy, thank you so much for all your help in promoting the show. Angela, we think you're the fucking coolest shit ever. Hey, you guys, too, I want to give a shout-out. So, Scotty J from Rock Titan TV, this is his last week with us at the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. He's going to be doing his own Rock Titan TV stuff, and we want to wish him the best. So, Scotty J, thank you so much for a fabulous year. A little over a year that we've been working with you. You filled in. You were fabulous. We loved working with you, and we wish you only the best success in everything that you do.
Absolutely.
Oh, God. Thank you, guys. Oh, God. Oh, I'm feeling all verklempt now. Oh.
Yes.
You guys are the best. Thank you.
And you guys can follow what he's got going on. Go to rocktitan.tv?
Rocktitan.tv. You got it.
There you go. And you can follow him. He's also Rock Titan TV on Twitter and everything. So we wish you all the best in all that you're doing. And thank you so much for all that you've done. And I think all will be great. So you'll be missed. And we wish you the best.
Oh, get out. I'm going to come over there and I'm going to crash your pad. Make no mistake.
Well, wait a minute. Knock him dead, Buster. Go out there and kill him.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm coming over to your place. I seriously am. You're going to see like this big, huge, bald dude with a big red beard. You'll be like, who the hell is this bum sitting outside in front of our house who's defecated himself? Oh, it's Scotty J.
You're going to love it.
I'll let the Brazilian feeler out. And you
really will defecate
all you'll
yourself.
be is a pile of bones after he ate your flesh.
You actually really will defecate yourself. He's so mean, but he's beautiful.
We have a killer dog, unfortunately. No, really, he's a killer dog.
So everybody in the chat room, thanks so much for tuning in today. It's really great. Oh, also, I don't know if I gave a shout out. Twism White Piece showed up in the chat room, and we want to say hi to Twism. There's so many people showed up. If I forgot you guys, I apologize, but we do appreciate everybody tuning in. Please listen to the replay on iHeartRadio because we're trying to stay in the top 100. Rebel, thank you so much for everything that you do, and welcome back with working with us on our show. We have totally appreciate it. And everybody, I hope everybody has a fabulous weekend. And I guess that's it for us. We're gonna be leaving you guys now, and we'll see you guys next week. So, bye everybody.
Make it a party. Life is short.
Absolutely.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Steph. Bye.
Bye-bye.